the favorite of young and old alike. The smooth, flavor-rich cream, heaped and overflowing, delicious and refreshing.
Yeah, welcome everyone to another J. Leal movie commentary. What's up? How you doing? Today we are doing The Ape from 1940, starring Boris Karloff. It's a name we've heard before, right? Directed by William Nye. This movie got a whole 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, so we're in for a treat. And a 4.6 on IMDb. Little synopsis. Let's go to IMDb. I like the IMDb breakdowns. Did you see the last one we did? The most recent movie we did was The Screaming Skull from 1958. Okay. Ooh. It's a long summary. Not really, actually. Dr. Bernard Adrian is a kindly mad scientist who seeks to cure a young woman's polio. He needs spinal fluid from a human to complete the formula for his experimental serum. Meanwhile, a vicious circus ape has broken out of its cage and is terrorizing townspeople. So, that's what's going on here. I like this circus music intro. Very into that.
Well, boys.
Got any old tires you don't want?
Only old tires I got 'em riding on.
We got enough money
Hey.
to go to the circus, but not enough for the sideshow.
Save your money.
The sideshow's what you want to see. Hey, haha, plenty of freaks around here, kid. Alright, director William Nye.
You think they got all the things they say they have?
Sure, the man told us.
Yeah.
Bet they ain't got no lions.
They have to. The man let us see
He
him.
did? Bet they ain't got no teeth.
Sure they have, long as anything.
That kid's
Bet
a...
you and me go see it.
You can go ahead.
Alright, a little trivia
We're
here.
going swimming. Say, we're going
The
past
play
that beach.
opened in Los Angeles, California on December 13th, 1927. So this was a play? Some famous quotes. I don't like things I can't understand, from Danny Foster. Some goofs to look out for. When the doctor is showing off his cured guinea pigs, one of the poor critters falls off the table at the end of the shot. Oh no.
Well, if you're coming, come on.
Wait, you see it's this way.
So we'll keep a lookout for a falling guinea pig later.
All right, so you're afraid. Well, you'd better stay here.
You better stay here, kid. Should we see what William Nye has done in his life? Sure, great things. Bernard Adrian, MD. Does he work out of this shanty? What a bunch of punk-ass kids throwing rocks at this guy's cabin. Oh, they broke a window. Bunch of joiks. Oh, go. Got one of them. Those who fall behind are left behind.
Look, he's got Willie.
Oh, punch him in the mush. Punch Willie in the mush. Ah, Willie needed to get cracked in the teeth. He's gonna have to fix your window. Who's gonna fix your window, Doc? Alright, director William Nye was born October 12th, 1881. Holy shiz. In Berlin, Wisconsin, USA. As Emil Krushek? He was... Where is this? He was a director and an actor known for Born Rich in 1924. His Great Triumph in 1916, jeez. And School Days in 1921. And then he passed away November 27th, 1955 in Burbank, California.
Destroying all the values in this town, giving Red Creek a bad name.
I think so. You're right, Mason.
Yeah, Red Creek does have a pretty bad name.
Who ought to be run out of the town? Dr. Adrian.
You this afternoon. He's scared
bombing so bad they haven't got over it yet.
William Nye
Maybe he's carrying himself a couple
is
of
one of the original members of the Keystone Copes. Copes?
Women.
K-O-P-S, Cops, Keystone Cops.
You know as well as I do, he used a lot of those
He's a Libra, for those of you who care.
I know he did everything he could.
Two or three in this town who wouldn't agree to that.
Let's check out his
However, I can
filmography, yeah?
understand his reason for want of patience now.
Well, he got himself another this afternoon.
All
Little
filmography.
Willie over there.
So he has 120 credits as a director and 36 as an actor.
You ran after
21 as a writer.
and I wasn't doing nothing. Poor
You
child.
little liar.
I think you're all yellow.
Yeah, I think you're all yellow
He's
too.
right, and none of you got the courage to do anything about it. His patience
So
high
his
on him.
latest piece
Now
of
he's
work
hanging around
was
this
Stage
trip
Struck,
down to Germany with
1948.
You make up
Let's
for
go all
it.
the way down to his
Your greed hasn't done
beginnings.
this town any good.
You doing preaching?
Little preaching wouldn't do you no harm.
Little preaching wouldn't do you no harm, huh?
Dry and the usury you charge on
Jeez,
your
look at all these,
loans.
Oh, I don't ask
120.
him to borrow.
So the first thing he did was in 1914,
But I think it'd be wasted on you.
Salome Jane. Salome Jane? S-A-L-O-M-Y
Why don't
Jane?
we kick the doctor out and be done with it?
Salome Jane? Salome Jane? Followed by the Royal A Royal Family in 1915.
Oh, yes, that's
Emmy
the
of
prescription.
Stork's
Quite
Nest
busy.
in 1915. He did actually quite a bit in 1915. In 1916, Her Debt of Honor. The Kiss of Hate, 1916. Damn. His Great Triumph. The Child of Destiny. Life's Shadows, all 1916. The Blue Streak, The Slave, Wife Number 2. Wow. Thou Shalt Not Steal, all 1917. Man, this guy, Beware, 1919. The Fighting Roosevelts, 1919. Democracy, The Vision Restored, 1920. The Soul Man, 1921. I've heard of that. Marriage Morals, The Guest, Among the Missing, Poor Rich, Her Memory. Alright, I'm not going to read all 120. Mr. Wu with Lon Chaney in 1927. That's one that stands out. I've heard of that. I haven't seen it. A lot of these we probably could do as commentary casts, because I'm sure a lot of these fall under the public domain. Desert Nights, Thunder, Lord Byron of Broadway, Today. Let's see. The Sea Ghost, 1931.
Oh, doctor. Oh, it's beautiful.
I assume she's the one with polio.
Why so much, doctor? You gave me a birthday present last month.
So I did. Well, this is a make-believe birthday.
Look at that
just as
guy.
You're my make-believe daughter.
Whoa, Boris Karloff saying that's kind of creepy.
Should have been just 18 today.
Yeah,
She
so
was
this is
warm there.
The Mysterious Mr. Wong in
I couldn't save
1934.
her, and I couldn't save her mother.
So there was two
I
Mr.
hadn't
Wongs
the
that he
weapons
did?
to fight the disease that killed him, but I have now.
Or
Or
Mr.
at least
Wu,
I got
and then
knowledge
the
of
Mysterious Mr. Wong.
10
Wow, he
years
had
it's
a
taken me. Francis,
kind of a
you are
theme
going
going.
to walk again.
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of these we'll be able to do as commentary casts. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones that pop out, like Mr. Wu. Mr. Wong, Detective, with Boris Karloff. That was another one. Gangster's
Why
Boy.
don't you go with him?
I Am a Criminal. Another. The Mystery of Mr. Wong with Boris Karloff again. Mr. Wong in Chinatown. Jeez, he did a lot of Mr. Wong. He and Boris Karloff worked together a lot.
Francis to the circus.
Doomed to Die in 1940 with Boris Karloff again.
We can take care of her. I'll be back for you later.
Oh, thanks, doctor.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Clifford.
Black Dragons in 1942.
She'll be all right.
Escape from Hong Kong.
Danny, I think you better run home and get yourself cleaned up. You look as if you brought all of the grease from the garage with you.
The Ghost and the Guest.
You know, Francis,
That sounds
I think
cool.
the doc's crazy. I suppose I'll have to like him as long as he's nice to you.
Uh-huh.
Be nice to everybody, but people won't let him.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not saying I believe
That's
all
cool.
the things.
Okay.
Don't you believe any of the things they say about him, Danny Foster?
Yeah, Danny Foster.
Get excited.
Look, Danny. The stories they tell about the doctor.
Let's check out the full cast here, huh?
Grease on your hands and face.
So Dr. Bernard Adrian. It's played by Boris Karloff.
Bye, Danny.
Bye, Danny. Boris Karloff. Of course, we all know who Boris Karloff is, especially if you're a horror fan. Classic horror fan, especially. Boris Karloff, born November 23rd, 1887, died February 2nd, 1969, at the age of 81. Oh, look at this. What's this guy doing? It's a fire eater?
Stay with it, Doc. Don't let him throw you.
Ooh.
There you are. That was easy, wasn't it? All right, Francis?
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay.
Well, this time next year, it'll take 3 men to lift you.
Oh, not 3 men.
Oh, wow.
If they did, they'd want to kick me in the circus.
What am I talking about? Did you just accuse her of getting fat?
Somebody else at the circus to help you lift her down.
What's the matter? Aren't you coming?
No, you two go on.
Alright, so trivia about Boris Karloff.
Please,
You'll
Doctor.
have much more fun.
He maintained an apartment in New York's the Dakota apartment house. Don't know why that's trivia. Some quotes from Boris Karloff. Horror means something revolting. Anybody can show you a painful of innards.
Ah, nonsense. The change will do it.
Oh wait, no, here we go, sorry. I'm dyslexic as shit. I can't read. So, horror means something revolting. Anybody can show you a pail full of innards. But the object of the roles I played is not to turn your stomach, but merely to make your hair stand on end. So he was into horror for not like the gore of it or the shock of it. He really wanted to scare you. He wanted to make you lose sleep at night, which makes him probably the greatest horror actor of all time, huh? His trademark was his pronounced widow's peak. Really? You think Boris Karloff has a widow's peak? Does he? I suppose he does. Not really super pointy, though. Sagittarius, for those of you who care. I'm always going to say that. His nickname was Bill, because Boris Karloff was actually born William Henry Pratt. Be fun to think if he was related to Chris Pratt.
You don't act like it.
Gee, everybody's looking at us.
He was born in London,
What for?
London, England, and passed away in Sussex, England. Now, his filmography is going to be
Gee, this
unreal.
is the best circus I ever saw.
Let's see. So as an actor, he has 207 credits, Boris Karloff. His final film was Alien Terror as Professor John Mayer in 1971. That's when it was released, so I guess he passed away before it's released. Actually, a couple movies came out after he passed away. So he worked up until the very end of his life. His first feature, his first appearance, his first anything, was The Lightning Raider in 1919 with Pearl White. And then in 1919, The Masked Rider, he was in that. He was Mexican in Saloon. So his credit there.
Isn't she lovely?
Alright, so some of the major
She's not so hot. I saw her
motion
passing by
pictures
this morning.
that he's most known for, which, let's see, we're just gonna scroll up the 2,000 or 200 something credits, and I'll just name them as they come.
Muscular grace.
Wow, he worked literally consistently every single
Look over
year
that ring there. See?
from when he started. Persian Nights in 1925. Perils of the Wild, 1925.
All right now, you'll be chasing bones in the morning.
Chasing Bones. We're gonna be chasing the bones.
Let me.
Flaming Fury, 1926. Alright, we're getting close. Tarzan and the Golden Lion, 1927. The Phantom Buster, 1927.
That's all, honey.
The Devil's Chaplain,
I'm sorry, Soph.
in 1929.
We'll never miss another circus.
These are all movies that I recognize. Like, clear, there's many more that I'm just skimming over. King of the Congo, 1929. The Sea Bat, 1930. King of the Wild, 1931. Yeah, look at that. That's sweet. Alright, here we go. Frankenstein, 1931. And he was credited as the monster, ? Behind the Mask in 1932. Business and Pleasure, 1932. Scarface, 1932. The Miracle Man, 1932.
What are you trying to do? Drive that animal crazy?
The Mask of Fu Manchu, 1932. God, he did so much in 1932. The Mummy in 1932. The Ghoul in 1933.
Come on, now. Well, 2 years ago he
The
killed
Black
Del
Cat
Man.
in 1934. Bride of Frankenstein, 1935. The Raven in 1935.
If you don't watch your step, he'll get you too.
The Walking Dead in 1936. Juggernaut in 1936. The Man Who Lived Again in 1936. West of Shanghai in 1937, sorry. And then he started his Mr. Wong Detective in 1938, so that's when the Mr. Wong movies kicked off. Son of Frankenstein in 1939. The Mystery of Mr. Wong in 39. Mr. Wong in Chinatown in 39. The Man They Couldn't Hang in 39.
He was? Oh, he looks like a judge.
British Intelligence, 1940. The Man with 9 Lives in 40. Doomed to Die in 40. Before I Hang in 40. The Ape, we're watching, 1940. Devil Commands in 41. The Boogeyman Will Get You in 42. House of Frankenstein in 1944. That one, he didn't actually play the monster. He played the mad scientist in that one. In House of Frankenstein, I believe Lon Chaney Jr. played the monster. Oh, hey, look at that. There's the ape. Isle of the Dead in 45. Man, we just can go forever with this. Some other ones that you should know. I mean, there's a never-ending list here. But ones that conventional viewers may recall. He was the Grinch in the animated The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. He was also Baron Victor von Frankenstein in the 1970 Frankenstein in 1958. So it was like a future movie for that time period. Where is... yeah. So he was the narrator and the Grinch in How the Grinch Stole Christmas in 1966. So go check out his just never-ending list of credits. We just don't have all the time in the world for... This isn't the Boris Karloff cast, which it maybe should be. That'd be fun to do. So here we go, back to the ape. We got a cast of 23 that we gotta acknowledge here. Alright, so Miss Frances Clifford, which is the young lady with polio, the young lady in the wheelchair. Let's see, Maris Rixon, Wrixon, Rixon, not Roxon. She's not a Marvel villain. Born December 28th, 1916. Died October 6th, 1999 at the age of 82. Oh wow, her bio's long as hell. Trivia. She is the mother of Kaja Fair and Michael Fair.
I'm a doctor. I'm hurt bad, Doc.
What happened to you? The ape got you? She's a Capricorn like me, for those of you who care.
Am I gonna die?
So she has a quote about Boris Karloff during filming of The Ape in 1940. I remember that Karloff was always saying something funny to me when he... Oh wait, sorry. I remember that Karloff was always saying something funny to me when the cameras weren't rolling. He was an elegant, well-educated man, and he was considerate of others. Yeah, I've always heard that Boris Karloff was just a gem of a human being. Look at him take this. Look at his acting chops. Just so focused.
What are you gonna do?
So skilled.
I'm going to write you into medical history.
Oh boy. Is he taking the spinal fluid?
I'm going to keep a promise.
Oh, he's checking his spinal fluid.
Wait here. Keep your eyes open.
That sheriff ain't got no heart.
Alright, let's see.
I'm so hungry I could eat hay.
Ooh, there's a barn full. Help yourself.
Maris's filmography is 67 credits, with her final performance being one episode of Slattery's People in 1964, and her first piece of work was an uncredited telephone operator in Off the Record in 1939, and then her first credit was 1939, The Adventures of Jane
Jim, you take your boy
Arden.
over the west side of town.
Let's see if she has anything else that's worth note.
How about joining us, Mason? Let the circus people do their own work.
Jeepers Creepers, 1939.
They've had trouble enough.
She was also in British Intelligence in 1940 with Boris.
That's your job. Your law and order. And why should I worry about other people? They don't worry about me. You wouldn't be a little bit scared, would you, Mason? Well, don't be all day about it. We're ready.
And that seems to be
Here's a body that creeps to think of that critter roaming around.
Phantom Lady, 1944, Waterfront, 1944,
Who we'll go for next?
The Master Key in 45, White Pongo in 1945, it's another ape-looking
Are
movie,
you all right, dear? Mm-hmm.
Black Market Babies in 1945.
What you thinking about?
What are
I
you
was
thinking
thinking
about?
about that wonderful...
And this is,
woman
we're
there
talking
with
about her right there
last
at the
night.
blanket in the wheelchair.
Oh, here comes Dr. Adrian.
Morning, Mrs. Griffith.
Good morning.
And she went to TV for the latter years.
I
It
want to
looks.
thank you again for the wonderful time I had last night. Mr.
Breaking
Dad,
Point,
the trainer
1963.
Now,
So-
don't you think about him.
That's
This
Maris.
is the most important
Maris
day in her
Rickson.
life. Today we are really going to start her cure. I found the serum that I need.
The
I'm
serum.
going to walk, Dr. Adrian.
The serum.
I hope so. I'm not just thinking about you, Francis, but of all the other sufferers in the world, all the little boys and girls who can't go out into the sunshine and play and have fun, who have to spend their lives in a wheelchair like you.
I'll do anything I can, Dr. Adrian.
I know you will, my dear. It's not going to be easy. It's going to hurt. But when it hurts, don't be afraid. Just remember that when the pain is gone, it'll leave new life behind. Huh? I think we better get her ready.
All right, Doctor.
Now we've got him here and there and here. Now, if we don't get any results tonight, we'll start in here and work west. Oh, change your mind, Mr. Mason? I never change my mind. You gotta have one first. That's enough out of you. Here's that dispossessed notice on Wilcox. I want it served tonight. We're busy tonight. It'll wait.
Well, Bill's tonight.
Take care of the citizens of this town. Not fooling around chasing apes. It seems you're in a mighty big hurry
Danny
to make
Foster.
people
So that guy that
uncomfortable.
doesn't like Boris Karloff's
This is
character.
what I do. Fine.
Gene
That's fine.
O'Donnell
What I do.
is the actor.
We'll get to this when we have time. Good night.
Good night. He was born February 28th, 1911, and then passed away November 22nd, 1992 at the age of 81.
Well, Francis?
Oh, my legs. They feel like lead. I can't lift them.
But you never could lift them before.
Oh, I know. but I've
Pisces.
felt them before.
You
You feel your
them,
legs.
Francis? You feel them?
They're so heavy.
There's no trivia or
Well,
anything
that's
about
good
him.
news,
Let's
my
see what
dear.
his
That's we
filmography
were
is.
hoping for.
He doesn't seem like he's
It's
really.
only just the beginning. If there's any change, you
Might not have too many credits, will he?
Yes, Doc.
75. He's got 75 acting credits. Not bad. Let's see if he's been in anything else. His last piece of work was The Sixth Sense in 1972. So not the Bruce Willis movie. M. Night Shyamalan movie. First film was Irish Luck in 1939. It's On the Spot, 1940.
Working.
He was in The Devil Bat
The child will walk again.
with Bela Lugosi in 1940, so he got to work with Boris Karloff and Lugosi in 1940. That's pretty cool. I think The Devil Bat's one of the ones we'll be able to do a commentary on. The serum break. Oh god. Alright, nothing else. Drums of the Congo in 1942, so another... Well, that's a pretty good looking ape for the time. I mean, for sure a guy in the costume, but for 1940? Come on.
It's Wilcox. He's all torn up.
Yeah, nothing else too crazy on him.
Get a doctor. It ain't no good. He's been dead for hours.
He was on the Lucy Show in 1962. Perry Mason. He was in Planet of the Apes in 1968, but it's unconfirmed apparently. But he was suspected of being in Planet of the Apes. Oh, let me in. Oh Jesus. What are you gonna do? Drug him? Crack a... Ow! Ow! What, did he stab him? Or did he inject him with something? That looks like a knife. Did you just kill the ape? Is the movie over? Or is it a syringe? What do you have in your hand? That looks like a knife. Oh boy. So that was Gene O'Donnell. Are you gonna get the spinal fluid from the ape?
Stop!
Yeah.
Hey, stop!
Gene O'Donnell. Did I say Jerry? Gene O'Donnell. Danny Foster.
No, he's dead in the door, Neil. Better be careful, Doc.
Then we got Dorothy Vaughan, Mother Clifford. So Dorothy Vaughan plays Mother Clifford.
Yes, Jane, we are safe. But only you and I must know that he's dead. Good night.
So only they know that the ape is dead? Did I miss something? Probably did. Alright, Dorothy Vaughan, Mother Clifford. Born 1990, November 5th, 1890. 1990. Born 1890 on November 5th. March 15th,
How can you be getting better?
1955.
Danny, they never hurt before.
That's when she passed away, so she was 64.
Now they feel alive.
Her trademark was playing plump, warm-hearted mothers. She was a
I believe in you.
Scorpio.
Oh, I have so much faith in him, Danny.
Filmography.
He says I'm like a daughter to him, and well, I know he wouldn't hurt me unless he
152 acting credits,
How
Dorothy
to cure
Vaughan.
it, just got to
Her
be.
final performance was 4 stars Playhouse as Mrs. Mack, one episode in 1953.
But I'd rather carry you around all my life than have anything happen to you.
And then her first uncredited appearance was Annapolis Farewell in 1935. And then Mary Burns, Fugitive, in 1935. I don't know, none of these. I Married a Doctor. Yeah, nothing that's really... Nothing out there.
Hello, Sheriff. Any luck? Not yet.
Nothing that's
But we'll
singing
get
to
it.
me.
I hope so. Come on, boy. Come on.
Assassin
There,
of
looks like
Youth
they picked up a scent.
as Mrs. Mary Berry.
All right, give it.
Boy Meets Girl. Slander House. Little Orphan Annie in 1938 as Mrs. Milligan.
They haven't seen anything of that ape, have you?
Seems to be the gist of
Well,
it.
my dogs just acted as if they'd picked up his scent.
And the ape, obviously.
Yeah, you better.
Post the ape.
Having trouble with insects, Doc?
Bad Men in Missouri.
Yes,
That's a cool name.
This is just a little
Mobtown.
mixture of my own I'm trying to get rid of them with.
Well, if it works, let me know. My yard's full
Billy
of...
Hickok Rides.
Thanks.
Men of Texas. She was in Men of Texas, and what was the other one? Mad Men in Missouri or something like that? The Bad Men of Missouri, and then Men of Texas. Go west, young lady. Lady Gangster. Okay. She's got some cool stuff on here. Moonlight in Vermont. She did a lot of movies with state names. The Mummy's Ghost in 1944. Mrs. Blake, uncredited though, so that's another cool horror movie. Iconic Universal horror movie.
But I made lamb stew and dumplings.
I don't care.
Oh, that sounds... Wow, what? You don't like lamb stew and dumplings? What kind of monster are you?
You needn't lie. I know where you're going.
Oh,
Yes, everybody does.
so you've been listening to gossip, eh?
I can't keep people from talking to me and telling me you found a new interest.
Oh.
Suppose I have.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it, I guess.
Well, keep that in mind.
But if you just wouldn't carry on here where we live, so people would stop pitying me.
What a sketchy
Maybe
dude.
you'd go somewhere else.
Why don't you try going somewhere else?
Whoa.
But I have no one but you. I have no folks. I've got no place to go.
You got the river.
Oh! What a punk ass. Well, tracking issues. Come on, people. What a dick. Alright, Gertrude Hoffman, Jane, Adrian's housekeeper. So that was the lady he was like, no one can know it's dead, or he's dead. Just the two of us. So Gertrude Hoffman, Jane. Let's see what Gertrude Hoffman has been in. Gertrude Hoffman, born May 17th, 1871, passed away February 13th, 1968, age 96. Wow, what a life. She was born in 1871. Jesus. People that old, like, who have had that span of a life, fascinate me. They saw both world wars. Just, good lord. 1871.
And we found new tracks up around Dr. Adrian's house. Oh, give me a sarsaparilla.
Alright, let's see. Trivia. She is the ex-mother-in-law of Thelma White and Helen Kane. And she's a Taurus, for those who... I always say that. Oh, those dogs are like, you smell like a monkey. She was in 72 credited actress roles. The last being in a TV series in 1958. Schlitz Playhouse. Before that, she was in Alfred Hitchcock Presents. That TV show, 1955. Her first role was... Oh my god, I can't say this. I'm gonna try it though. En Naces Abenture in 1917.
I'm scared, Mrs. Clifford.
So she was born in Germany. So a lot of her first roles were German.
We mistrust Dr. Adrian.
But we don't know.
Wow, lots of German.
People don't just hate a fellow for nothing.
Lots and lots of German. Okay, so her first like
It's not hating him. It's loving friends.
English or American role seems to be Cage of Death in 1923.
I'm going down to see.
Wow. Okay.
I gotta ask you. I gotta know.
There's a poster for 6-Day Bike Ride,
Danny.
or 6-Day Bike Rider, 1934. She played Old Lady, uncredited.
Now you just rest here. Danny
It's a
will
really
be all
funny
right.
poster.
My legs didn't hurt.
The ape.
I'm not
Suspicion in 1941.
afraid. You aren't, are you, Mother?
No, darling. I want my little girl
Wow,
to walk
okay.
again.
A guy named Joe in 1943. California, 1947. Neat.
You ain't going in there, Doc.
Now, what is this, Danny?
I'm scared about her. I gotta know what you're doing.
Well, surely you want her to live a normal life like other people?
Yeah, Danny.
Well, sure, as long as nothing happens to her. I love her just the way she is, Doc. I can take care of her. I want to take care of her.
Alright, so we
I don't want to
got
experimenting on her.
2 more people to talk about, then everyone else is uncredited, so I'm not really gonna... They're gonna remain uncredited.
She's just a guinea pig to you. Well, you gotta stop it.
Alright, so let's see. Henry Hall played Sheriff Jeff Halliday.
No, I ain't. I've been too worried.
Henry Hall looks like an old man.
Henry
Henry Hall. Henry Hall was
I
born on November 5th,
ain't no doctor.
I keep saying 19. November 5th, 1876,
But if anything happens
and died December 11th, 1954 at the age of 78. No trivia. He's a Scorpio. Let's see his filmography.
How is my patient feeling this morning?
I'm all right. She's been in great pain, Doctor.
In pain? Oh, that's good.
Good?
Yeah, what the fuck? Wow, he was credited
Now, you prepare her.
in 249 acting roles. Wow. The last role he did was uncredited as a faculty member in Pretty Girl, 1950. He was in Stampede, uncredited in that one. He was the judge in 1949. Okay, so 1950 was his last of 249 roles. His first role was uncredited. He was the court officer in the Primrose Path, Primrose Path in 1925. Uncredited in the Valiant in 1929.
I see.
Lots of uncredited work here.
It's Dr. Adrian, whose name
So let's see, yeah.
death certificate. Is he the
Lots of roles, lots of uncredited roles, tons of uncredited roles, but a lot of them are like from the 20s and 30s, so
and he was also called
it's
in
not
as a
like,
trainer?
you know, they did a lot of crediting back then anyway.
He came here during the paralysis epidemic. But the folks around here say that he experiments too much.
Thank you very much, Coroner. I believe you've given me all the information necessary.
That's fine, Doctor.
Oh,
Francis, what do you feel?
oh, my legs.
They're hurting?
Oh, they hurt terrible.
Have you more sensation than you had yesterday?
Oh, yes, much more.
Do you think perhaps you could walk?
Oh, no.
She's like, fuck this. I liked not feeling my legs.
You can. Try.
No,
You can.
no,
You can.
no.
You can.
Oh, Mother.
Oh,
It's working.
Oh.
Now you rest. You rest. I'll be back later.
Mother. I know I'll be able to walk again.
I know, baby. I know.
Oh, that's sweet. But yeah, so our friend here, still uncredited a lot. Let's see.
That's right.
I'm Dr. McNulty from the Robinson Foundation.
Hey, Dr. McNulty.
Yes.
I had occasion to examine the body of a circus trainer who was killed by an ape here in this town.
Yes, sir.
I understand that you administered to the wounded man before he died.
Yes.
I did my best.
Stole his spinal fluid.
It was quite.
Yo, Gunsmoke,
In spite of the
1935.
Spinal injection you gave him? I gave him.
Chinatown Squad,
I
1935.
just came from viewing
Still, more
the man
uncredited
Mason,
roles for this guy.
And I noticed a similar spinal puncture. Did you examine him also?
Wow, the amazing exploits of the Clutching Hand, 1936.
Well, the body was
Chapter 1, uncredited warden.
Well, no,
Weird.
I see. I understand they've had an epidemic of paralysis here.
That's true.
Many years
The
ago,
Vigilantes are
Robinson
coming in
Foundation found it
1936.
necessary to
Senor
expel from
Lorraine,
the institution
uncredited again.
the
God,
most
he's
promising
uncredited in
young
everything.
research worker because of his
So he
very
had
unorthodox experiments.
249
It
roles,
was 25 years ago, to be exact.
and most of which Henry Hall has been uncredited for. Like, even up to 1948, 1948,
Years I've been engaged in
up to
proving
1950, he was doing uncredited roles. So he was kind of like a side hustle, side actor.
That at the moment.
I see.
Is this him right
Well, I'm
here?
afraid you leave me no
Sheriff
alternative
Jeff
but to report.
Halliday?
Wait.
No. Right now, he's a medical. This guy's a medical
Give you some
examiner.
small
Dr. McNulty. Oh, here we go.
Change your mind?
I doubt it.
Dr. McNulty, this gentleman here. His name is Selmer Jackson. What do you got, Selmer Jackson? I love when things sync up like this. Alright, so Selmer Jackson. Born May 7th, 1888. Passed away March 30th, 1971. Age 82.
Now, these two
Do
creatures
we have
are
any
completely
trivia?
powerless.
Trivia.
But after my treatment, well, you can see for yourself there is live here.
Let's see.
All this has nothing to do with the case.
But it has. The serum that I use.
Ubiquitous, silver-haired,
Those two men.
1930s and 1940s U.S. character actor with well-modulated voice, usually given roles involving authority or authoritative figures, judges, lawyers, doctors, high-ranking government officials, or military officers,
Clifford,
and the like. Okay, that's trivia.
I'd like to talk to Francis.
Very prolific. In 1940 alone, he appeared in 20 films. He did 20 movies in 1940. Good lord.
But now this child has had a complete
Selmer
paralysis
Jackson.
of her lower limbs for 10 years. Is that right, Mr.
No quotes of note. Let's see his
Have you had any
filmography. How
feeling
many?
at all in your limbs?
Whoa. Okay.
Dr. Adrian has been treating you?
What do you think his acting number is? He has
Hey,
435 acting credits. This guy never stopped working. Holy
will you do it again for me?
schmoly.
I can't.
His last role was in an episode. He played the movie chaplain in The Alfred Hitchcock Hour in 1963.
That's all.
He was in Bonanza. He was in Alfred Hitchcock, or Bonanza in 61. Alfred Hitchcock Presents 61. Dude, 435? I don't even want to try going through all these.
Is anything wrong, Doctor?
Why, no, Francis.
Alright, let's see when his first appearance was. This is a lot of scrolling. Oh, I stopped scrolling and it was right there, the ape.
Well, her foot did not move. But I did feel a definite muscular reflex. Congratulations.
Wow. Okay, so 1921, he was in The Supreme Passion. Well done, man. This guy.
Too late.
So, oh, and then he didn't work for 8 years.
Stay here.
And then he was, next role was Through Different Eyes in 1929. And then
Every
1929 through
Thank you.
every single year it looks. Dr. X in 1932. Big City Blues, 32. You Said a Mouthful in 1932. Yeah, he just didn't stop working at that point. Every year he did multiple movies from that point on. He was like 8 years off.
Not finished.
Didn't like that. Let's just be in everything now.
It's not finished.
He's got to go find the ape again. Get more spinal fluid. Carnival in 1935. Uncredited, though.
Gee, look, those. Do you see something? Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
The white of his eyes? Maybe they ain't white.
I'm gonna take a chance and shoot now.
Yeah, take a chance. Let's shoot at the big monkey.
Come here, Willie.
Oh, Willie. It's always Willie. Revolt of the Zombies in 1936, so he did more horror-ish. Little Miss Nobody. In 36.
I don't care how busy you are,
Wow.
Halliday. I want my Willie found. The idea with that gorilla loose. None of you men seem able to capture. Oh, it's all your nephew's fault. He's always leading my
Did they already show the part with the guinea pig falling off the table? I don't remember. I've been looking up actors.
Our kids are just someplace where they shouldn't be. Well, ain't nothing new. Have you looked down in Jones's barn? I caught 'em smoking there last week.
We've searched the whole town.
Go take a look for 'em, Pete. They ain't
Excuse me,
far
sorry.
away.
Where have you been? Just a minute, Mark. We got him.
What is it?
Mickey killed him. He shot him dead. Bang, bang, between the eyes.
I meant to turn down the volume to clear my throat, but I turned down the headphone volume, not the actual mixer volume. Like a joik.
He dropped it, Sheriff.
I did not. The ape grabbed it.
I'll ape you when I get you home.
Ah, gee, Ma, don't you believe us?
Where'd you see him?
On the pike.
Yeah,
across
so-
the road from Doc Adrian's house.
God, I'm still scrolling through this guy's repertoire. Oh, there we go. Here's something. He was district attorney
I look into it.
in The Green Hornet, 1940. That's cool.
On the other side of town. All right, let's go.
I'm sure a lot of these are movies of note. I just haven't, out of the 435, I haven't heard of a lot of them.
Wait a minute, boys.
Wait a minute, boys.
The doctor. I'll be right out. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay.
Is the doctor in?
Jeez. Okay. I'm not gonna keep going through this. I'm just gonna start watching the movie now. So that's that. That's the major players in this film and the major points of note
Wanted to see if you were
and the
all
things
right.
we need to know. So
Out, have you?
let's just get
I'm trying
let's
to
focus
think
now.
out, Doctor,
Huh?
a lot of things. That ape seems to take a fancy to your place. Now, don't take offense, Doctor. I'm just trying to clear up my mind. Them dogs of mine have been sniffing ape for days. Made 'em foolish.
Them dogs of mine have been sniffing ape for days.
Well, there may be some chemical odors on my clothes that offended them.
Oh, here's some trivia about the movie.
But I ain't
Filming began in January 29th, 1940. The final feature in Boris Karloff's 6-picture contract with Monogram, returning only once in 1958 for Frankenstein 1970.
Just get me that torn...
Shot actually in 1958. Did I say that
This
already?
is an idea that's just occurred to me. I don't know whether it makes sense or not, but perhaps it'll explain your problem. You see, this coat was worn by the trainer when he was mauled by the ape. It's been
Oh,
in the house
good
since.
move, Boris.
Now, that perhaps explains the interest of the ape in this house and your dogs in me.
No, I'll bet you're right. Well, I'll get along. Think I'll put a few men around your house the rest of the night, Doctor, just so you'll be protected.
Don't bother, I'm perfectly safe, and they might interfere with some work that I have to do.
Well, maybe I'll just keep an eye out myself. I'm just a bit scared, Doc. But don't tell anybody about it. This is the coat that trainer was wearing when the ape killed him. Just look at that. Look how he got over that. One swipe.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, looks like a coat, for sure. Smells like monkey.
Our own coats will be in the same shape. Come on, let's get busy. Now, you fellas get back to your positions. You boys go up this way.
Man, what an easy...
I'll stay here.
Well done, Doc.
I can't fail.
No, you can't.
Now, Francis, dear, I want you to forget all the hours you've spent in this chair. Put them out of your mind.
Are you trying to hypnotize her
You're
now?
not paralyzed, you never were. Fasten that firmly in your mind. You're not paralyzed.
I always wondered if I could be hypnotized.
I'll try.
Don't forget, you're not paralyzed.
Maybe I have, and I just don't know it.
Now then, move your right leg. Move it. You can.
Oh, I can't.
Try.
Stop it, you're hurting her.
I can't, Dr. Adrian.
Try it, Francis. You can. You know you can. Move. There. You moved it, didn't you? You moved it. Now the left one. Now the left one. Now move it. Try. Try again. There. You moved them. You moved them both, didn't you, dear? All right, then. Stand up and take a step towards me. Do it. Do it.
Her muscles would be atrophy, though. I mean, it's more than just her mind.
Do it, I say. Do it.
Even if, like, the connective tissue did regain, it's still...
All right, Danny. She's better than she was, isn't she? She needs more.
She needs more monkey fluid.
She needs more. Take care of her, Daddy. I'll be back.
Oh, Francis, darling. Francis. Name's Halliday, sheriff over the Red Creek. Had a job finding you.
Well, circus jobs are pretty hard to get, Sheriff. You know, all jobs are kind of scarce. You boys get that ape yet?
That's what I come about.
Didn't get him, huh? It's bad. He's a killer.
You boys got some responsibility tracking him down, haven't you?
Well, we did the best we could, Sheriff. The fire broke up the circus.
And we're just carnies.
Boys,
We gave up. We didn't give a shit.
That's what I come about. I just figured when you're looking for something might help to know its habits. Too many things about this animal I don't understand.
well, animals is all alike. Lions, elephants, dogs, they all got one-track minds.
What do these gorillas live on? You ain't killed any animals.
Shucks, no, they won't touch an animal except out of meanness. They live on fruits, vegetables.
Well, that's what's bothered me. What's feeding this fella?
Maybe digging up a garden patch or two or stealing a little bit of fruits.
No signs of it. Checked with all the farmers. Do they prowl around much, or do they stick to one place?
Well, a gorilla generally sticks to one place if he's got anything there to keep him.
We see evidence that this fellow's hanging around one place.
Hey, that ape had it in for the trainer. Where'd he die?
In the house of a doctor near the outskirts of town, and that's the place we...
Where'd he die? We just kind of forgot about him.
We traced the trainer to that house.
Well, sense of smell. We're pretty good at that. Did you bury him in town?
No, we sent his body to his people up north.
That don't give us much, does it? Any of his clothes around?
When
Yeah,
that trainer
jacket.
was taken away, his coat was left in the doctor's house. Would that draw the ape there?
It certainly would. You better get rid of him.
I was afraid my time might be wasted coming over here, but I guess it ain't. Thanks very much, Mr. Howley. I better be getting on the road. I'd like to make home around nightfall.
Gonna finally get rid of that coat.
Boy, let me know.
Still have that coat at my house. Should have been, but it wasn't. We need one more. You know what? Double it. 4. Let's do 4.
Take this record book and keep it for me safely.
Kind of losing it, Doc. Getting a little wacky.
Pete,
Pete.
you two boys go over there by that shrub. Danny, take your men down there 100 yards by that rail fence.
Okay. Oh, Sheriff, we've been watching there every night, and so far nothing's happened. Now I'm
Will
getting
you
tired.
take orders?
All right. All right.
That guy's like surprisingly short. Maybe everyone else is just super tall.
Yes, Wilcox's barn. All right.
Alright.
You two boys go down the road 100 yards. You two wait for me over that stone fence.
Alright. Alright. Okay. No one's really into doing any of this. Come in.
Is the doctor here?
Doctor? I don't know, doctor.
You sure of that?
She has had the easiest role in this movie.
He's not in there.
Creepy lady.
Say, Sheriff, what's the idea of sticking around so close to the doc's house?
Because that attendant told me that ape would haunt any place where that trainer had been.
Yeah. Most nonchalant, like, group of dudes.
He's getting touchy.
Yeah.
Lost his sense of humor. You know, when a man can't laugh, it just suits.
You said when a man can't laugh, just shoot him? You know what?
That's where we found the body?
I'm into that.
Mm-hmm. Do apes ever return to the scene of the crime?
They're noted for it.
Well, we got something to look forward to.
Oh, look, there he is. Hello. Hey, got a cigarette? I said you got a cigarette. Jeez, what did that guy do to you, monkey? Whoa!
George!
This ape has been stabbed so many times.
George! What's the matter? It got me. Fire shot. Come on. Did you hear that shot?
Yes, but you told us not to leave here.
Where was it? That way.
No, you bumbling buffoon. Don't even know which way you hear the shot from. So I'm having a feeling this movie was all about this ape costume. They just had this costume and they're like, let's write a script around this. We have Boris Karloff on contract to do one more film. Let's just, look, we got an awesome monkey suit. We got Boris Karloff. We'll figure it out. Because it's really not a super eventful... It's kind of Frankensteinish. With the lumbering monster and the mad scientist. Oh, is she gonna come face to face with the monkey? The ape, I mean. Oh god. What are you doing? Go the other way. You don't have... You're at a disadvantage of getting away from this thing.
Doctor! Look out, Doctor! The ape! The ape! Doctor, the ape! Doctor!
Oh no. The girl he's trying to save, the ape is gonna get. And it's gonna be a whole thing about, like... The one he tried to save and the way he tried to save her fell victim to her cure. I don't know.
Don't stop me!
No, Francis. I'll see what's happened.
Don't stop me. What do you want to go pet the ape?
Hold on, that's enough. He's done.
That was it, huh? This is just a guy in a mask.
What are they doing? What are they saying?
Darling, I don't know.
Oh my God. What?
Let me through. Did the ape hurt him? Let me through.
He was the ape
Let me through.
all along.
Dr. Adrian.
Now she gets up to walk? Wait, how did they get him out of the suit so fast? Oh boy.
Come to me, child.
I've been stabbed.
Walk.
Oh, he fulfilled his life's work right at the moment of his death.
Walk.
See, I thought the ape was dead, but then we started seeing him again, and I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was reading off credits and stuff.
There. You see?
Mm-hmm.
He's dead, boys.
What? I really want to know how they got him out of that ape suit so quick. Yeah, this was a thrown together piece of work.
No, wait, Danny.
See, I'm walking. Dr. Ape Man helped me.
Honey, you must know but do it.
I'm doing better every day, Danny.
Oh, sure.
Don't tell me what to
You're
do,
doing
Danny.
Well, but you gotta take it easy. I'll get you a chair.
No, Danny. Mother and I burned the chair yesterday.
Burned
I'm
it.
never going to use it again.
You bet you will.
Wow. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, it was cool, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't pay enough attention, or maybe it just didn't make that much sense. But either way, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't, check out the other commentary casts I've done. I think total there's like 5 now. Reefer Madness, Night of the Living Dead, Santa Claus vs. the Martians, I think it was, or Santa Claus meets the Martians, the Screaming Skull, and now the Ape. So I'm going to be doing these a lot more. I have a lot of fun doing these. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and you enjoy the sultry sound of my voice, check out the Leal Legacy podcast. I'm doing interviews with tattoo artists, comedians, musicians, all kinds of folks. So when I'm not doing a movie commentary, I'm doing that kind of thing. Also, check out my other podcasts, Socialites and Sinners Club with Leah. That's another really great podcast. Like, we're just killing it over at Leal Legacy. Go to leallegacy.com. Check out our Legacy store for cool merch, shirts, apparel, novelties, cool things of that nature. And if you don't feel like dropping shirt money on anything, you can go to patreon.com/Leal Legacy and become a Leal Legacy Patreon for more content. It's more commentary stuff that I do. A lot of that has been commentary on my favorite lucha libre matches. So just a commentary fool. But as always, thanks a lot, folks. Love you, one and all. Social media. You can find me at Rev J Leal everywhere, and then everything Leal Legacy related is at Leal Legacy. All right, that's good enough. See ya.